Whenever you are watching video tutorials, it's important to watch the whole thing through and then watch it again, pausing it at the programming pieces and analyzing the code and replicating it on your own. Please do that with this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a scene change with the object of a billboard. So if you look in the shape text part of the object gallery, you can see that I've placed the billboard in front of the camera. I've called it fade, and I made sure that the paint was black for both the front and the back, and the opacity is 1. I also put an alien character here just so you guys can see this tutorial. Now, in my scenes, I have my first scene, and then I have a couple different things that I have some procedures that I made just for the fading to different colors to change a scene. And then I'm going to have scene 2 and scene 3. So in this first one, you can see I have fade to black, and that's going to do exactly what it sounds like. So it's going to go from whatever's happening in the scene, and it's going to fade to black, and that's usually used at the end of a project. The next procedure that I have is fade in from black, and that's usually used at the beginning. And you can see that I have it set so that it starts at black, and then there's like a little bit of a delay, and then it slowly fades in to clear so you can see what's happening in the scene. The next procedure I have is the fade between scenes. So this would be it goes from the scene playing, then the billboard turns black all the way. That has a delay for a second, and then it goes away again so you can see what's happening. In the My First method, I have it set so that the billboard is always going to follow the camera with the set vehicle procedure. Then I'm going to have it fade in from black, have my scene 1, fade between scenes, scene 2, and then fade to black. So let's go ahead and program scene 1 to do something really simple, and we'll program scene 2 to do something really simple, and obviously you can add more to your scenes. And then we can play this and see what it looks like. So fade in from black, scene 1, the fade between scenes comes back, and then scene 2 plays, and then finally we're going to have a fade to black at the end. So that is very simply how to change scenes. However, if you want some things to happen in between that time where it is fading, then you're going to have to add a few more things in. So if you wanted some camera movement, you'd add that. And then you could add fade in from black and then come into your scene 3, which we're going to create here, just something really simple. So we'll just have our alien say this is scene 3. So now we're going to be able to add some camera movement here to make it so that something's happening during that time where you can't, when the audience can't see, like when the black billboard is all the audience sees, there's some transition happening here. So the camera's going to move towards our alien, and then when we come back to scene 3, then the camera will be closer when the alien's talking. Now I believe that I forgot to put in scene 3 here, so let's watch this real quick. So fade in, fade to scene 2. Now we are fading to black. There's some camera movement. We're going to fade back in, and I forgot to put in scene 3, so let's add that into my first method. That might help us out a little bit. So close out of my run box, go ahead and add in under our this object, scene 3. And I'm going to change my camera to move in just a little bit more to make it a little bit more drastic here. And now let's run it to see if it works. So fade in, scene 1. Fade between scenes, scene 2. Fade out, camera movement, fade in, scene 3. So that's one way that you can do some changing of scenes here. Now you can also, instead of just doing camera movement, you can add in a change in location, you can add in the change in the ground, you can add in change in the sky, like whatever you want to do to make the same scene look different, that's what you can do in between. But you got to make sure you do a fade out of the scene that you're looking at, change all that stuff that you want to change, and then fade back in. This is just another way to do scene changes with the billboard object.